Welcome into this presentation of Bourne Braves baseball. It was the Braves last night losing a tough game to the Brewster Whitecaps 6-1, but tonight the Braves are back at Doran Park where they welcome the Chatham Anglers for a doubleheader. I'm joined right now by Ole Miss catcher Cooper Johnson. Cooper, I want to talk to you a little bit about your Ole Miss career so far.
Yeah.
This past year, you guys went 48-17, hosted a regional. What kind of things have you learned from such a blue-collar winning program?
Yeah, well, definitely just all the stuff that Coach Bianco and the rest of the pitching staff or coaching staff kind of instills into the program. You know, it's just hard work, and we kind of have a set of core covenants, I guess you could call them, and we go by rebs, and that's kind of how we go in, you know, day in and day out into practice and the games, and it's really just taught me a blue-collar work ethic and just focusing on being where my feet are and getting better each day, and then once you go out there, it's time to perform and, you know, let it loose.
So you guys hosted a regional against Tennessee Tech, and even though it didn't go how you guys wanted, what was it like hosting a regional? Only 16 teams in the country get to do it all year.
Yeah, it's definitely really cool. You know, in Oxford we have kind of known for our fan base, and we got an incredible fan base, which, you know, makes it a lot of fun, which kind of made the experience that much better. But I guess as good as it could have been with not coming out, you know, advancing to a super regional. But I think there's definitely a lot to be learned from it, and I know I had a great time, and I think everyone else did. But you know, I think we were all pretty upset to see it end so early. I don't think any of us were really prepared for it.
And you're the starting catcher here for the Braves. What kind of challenges are there when you're the catcher and you're just learning how to get on the same page with some of the pitchers in, you know, a week's time?
Yeah, it's definitely an adjustment. You know, you get 8 warm-up pitches or so with a new pitcher that you might have, you know, never caught before or even spoken to. Sometimes don't know their names, so, you know, you got to go, you know, get those 8 pitches out there in between innings, and, you know, you got to do your best to just relax and, you know, really focus up in the warm-up, kind of see what they got, and then go out there, talk to them a little bit, get the signs down, and, you know, then it's just letting your instincts play, you know, just not worrying about anything, just focusing up and staying loose and comfortable.
And you played for 2 teams last year in the Cape. What's it like returning to the Cape after being here already for a year?
I think it's definitely, you know, a better feeling this year, just a year older, and I've had a year of experience in the Cape. So I think I'm definitely feeling more settled in and comfortable, and, you know, the group of guys here are so much fun to be around, so cool, guys from coast to coast, and everyone's kind of meshing together and really enjoying each other. So I think this year I got much more settled in, you know, feeling, and I'm really excited.
So we're going to ask Cooper some fun questions now. Cooper, what is the weirdest thing you've said to a pitcher when you've gone out to talk to him in a, you know, an uncomfortable situation?
Yeah. Well, I had a pitcher in high school. It was one of my best friends, and we really liked. Our favorite movie was Good Will Hunting with Matt Damon and Robin Williams. And my favorite thing that sticks out is I don't know. It was top of first inning. Hadn't gotten out, and a run had already scored, bases loaded, so I went out and I just wanted to get his mind off something. So I told him the joke that Matt Damon tells Robin Williams after they hadn't talked in like 2 days in their interview or their shrink session. So he got a kick out of that and then kind of loosened him up. So from what I can remember, that's the funniest thing.
And in the majors, are there any catchers that you kind of try to mold your game after a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, I think catching's kind of different than any other position because you look at like a middle infielder and they kind of all have a similar look, you know, smooth. But you look at all these different catchers and everyone looks, you know, there's distinct differences in the way that they play. So I kind of try and just take a little bit from everyone. I've grown up watching Yadier, you know, Martin Maldonado, Salvador Perez, you know, just taking everything that you see from those guys. Some guys great at receiving, some guys great at calling the game, some guys really good at catch and throw. But I definitely like to just see what other people do and add my own twist to it, and that's kind of what I've done throughout my journey of catching, just picking up different, you know, bits and pieces from other people and what I see and kind of integrating into my own game and creating a little hybrid of it all.
What is your favorite baseball movie?
Moneyball, for sure. I definitely like all the classics, Bull Durham, Sandlot, Field of Dreams, The Rookie, all those ones are great, but Brad Pitt, I really like Brad Pitt. He's one of my favorite actors, and I think it's really cool because it gives you kind of a behind-the-scenes look that most people don't really get about baseball, and you know, kind of the back, you know, front office stuff that, you know, doesn't really get much recognition, but it's really, really interesting, all the statistics in baseball and stuff. So I really enjoy that movie.
Cooper Johnson, I'm Rob Werner, and first pitch against the Chatham Anglers coming up at 4 p.m. It's going to be a doubleheader, and we'll see you after for Tomahawk Talk.